Ladies and gentlemen, there is coming global economic catastrophes because there's so many visions that God has shown people down through the years. God showed one individual by the name of David Wilkerson that there is coming 1,000 fires to New York City. There's going to be riots, martial law is going to be installed, and these fires are going to spread to New Jersey and all over the place. But he also had a vision that God told him and God showed him that there's coming a massive persecution for Holy Spirit-filled believers. It's going to start in the United States, and then it's going to go into Canada, and then worldwide. And there's coming a famine to the United States of America. Millions of people are going to starve to death. People will die of starvation, and so on. There's coming huge earthquakes to the United States that they have never, ever seen, ever, in their human history, ever before. So there's going to be a huge earthquake. It's going to be so big that's going to set off 2 more earthquakes. And then this other guy by the name of Henry Gruver, God showed him that the Russians are going to attack the United States of America as we know it. This was back in 1980 something, a long time ago. This is what he saw. He saw Russian submarines on American soil, and the submarine came out of the river or the sea or whatever it was. It came out and it fired a missile up in the atmosphere, flying over the city of New York City, and it just exploded. And he said he saw the whole entire city of New York City disintegrate right before his eyes. And then everything came back to normal. He's like, what just happened? He's like, why isn't there any sirens going off? Until he realized that he just had an open vision. And he was talking to the Lord. Lord, they're not going to know what hit them. And it's amazing today that there's Russian submarines on the American soil. And another guy by the name of Dmitry Dunamin, God showed him that in one day, America will burn. He showed him Miami, Florida. He said Miami, Florida will burn because its sins are like Sodom and Gomorrah. He saw Las Vegas. Las Vegas will burn because its sins are like Sodom and Gomorrah. And showed him New York City and all kinds of other places. It's going to burn because its sins are like Sodom and Gomorrah. So according to the vision, the first judgment that fell upon the United States as we know it was 9/11. It was September 11th, 2001. So according to the vision, there's going to be 2 more attacks in the United States. There's going to be 2 more attacks, ladies and gentlemen, in the United States. So try to stock up food and water. Because there's going to come flooding. That's going to cut off the shortage of food. The food supply is going to be cut off. That's going to cause famine. Millions of people are going to starve to death from the flooding. No one will be able to have any food. And they said there's going to be army tanks running in the streets of the United States. They said there's going to be riots. And by the way, Dmitry Dunamin, this is what he saw too. Dmitry Dunamin said, when you see riots going on in New York City, that's when Russia and China are going to come and attack the United States nuclear facility. Because the Russians have discovered where America's nuclear facility is. So the United States is going to be nuked, ladies and gentlemen. It's going to be nuked. Because even Iran, the president of Iran, Ahmadinejad, they have 7 countries that they want to nuke. I think one of them is Jerusalem, London, England, New York City, Washington, I think Chicago or Colorado, and the city of Los Angeles. They want to send nukes to them. And there's already rumors going around saying that there's suitcase nukes in the United States. And very soon, there's going to be a 9.0 or 10 or even 11 magnitude earthquake in the city of Los Angeles. In the city of Los Angeles. It's coming a magnitude earthquake, 9.0 or 10 or even 11. And following that earthquake, there's coming 100-foot tsunamis to the east and to the west coast of the United States. Like New York, Boston, New Jersey area will be underwater. I'm not here to put any fear in anybody. I'm just here to deliver the truth. Do what you want with this message. That's all I'm saying. I'm just delivering the facts. So remember, there's coming 1,000 fires to the city of New York City. 1,000 fires to New York City. And it's going to spread to New Jersey and all over the place. There's going to be riots running around in the states. There's going to be army tanks. Martial law will be installed. There's coming flooding. Flooding, ladies and gentlemen. There's coming flooding to the state that's going to cut off the food supply. And I don't know if this has happened yet, but David Wilkerson also saw a great famine coming to Russia. And there's going to be a famine in India. A famine will come to India. And so much that everything that God has showed David Wilkerson has already come to pass. And ladies and gentlemen, I want to read this out of the Bible. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Because this is what's going to happen very soon, ladies and gentlemen. The United States dollar is going to collapse. It's just a matter of time. The United States dollar, ladies and gentlemen, is going to collapse, and the euro is going to collapse. So think about that. Because so many people think, I live in Canada, I live in Australia, I live here, I live here. It doesn't affect me. Well, let me tell you something, my friend. You're wrong. You're wrong. Because the United States economy holds up the rest of the world. The United States economy affects the whole world. Once the United States economy collapses, the whole world's going down with it. And these visions that God showed people, so when the United States goes down, the whole world is going down with it. The United States is going to be nuked. Okay? And China is probably going to take over the United States. Because China can control the United States economy, currency. Why all of a sudden do you think that so many people are getting gold now? So many people are getting gold because they know. Because they know, ladies and gentlemen, that the United States dollar is going to collapse, and it's going to collapse. Mark my words. I'm not giving you a date. I'm not giving you an hour or a time. I'm just telling you the United States dollar is going to collapse. And they said if China were to step out of the way from supporting the United States economy would collapse under 7 days. Now listen to this. In James chapter 5, this was all prophesied in the Bible, the fall of the economy. And the banks are going to collapse. The international banks are going to crash. That's why there's going to be an emergency alert. There's going to be riots at this time. Now look at this. James chapter 5. Come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries which are coming upon you. Isn't that significant? Now think about it. Why is it saying, come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you? Telling rich people to weep for their miseries? People that are rich think they have no misery. But the truth is they do. They don't show it. But this is talking specifically the fall of the economy. It says, come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. So I just wanted to let you guys know that judgment is coming to the United States, to the whole world. But the United States of America is not found in Bible prophecy. So September 11th happened. Now there's 2 more attacks. There's 2 more attacks coming to America. It's going to be massive. It's going to be a huge attack. And martial law is coming to the United States very, very, very soon. It's coming, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to believe what I'm saying, but I'm telling you the truth. It's coming. Rather you believe in this or not. You can choose, because so many people are not believing the warnings that God has been giving people. And that's why God is calling out of this world all the watchmen. He's removing everyone. So I'm just standing here as a watchman, and I'm warning you. There's coming earthquakes to the United States that they have never, ever, ever experienced ever in their history ever before. There's going to be a huge earthquake. It's going to be so big that's going to trigger off 2 more earthquakes. There's coming massive floodings to the United States. That's going to cut off their food supplies. It's going to cause a great famine. Millions are going to die. There's coming a famine to India. And there's coming 1,000 fires to New York City. And America is going to burn. It's going to be consumed by fire. Okay? America will be consumed in fire. So this is what's going to happen, and this is what God revealed to people. And Jesus also said that when the Holy Spirit comes, He'll warn you of things to come. So this is all I got to say, ladies and gentlemen. So may you share this message, and may you warn your family and friends, whether they believe you or not. And here's another thing to look out for. I don't know if it's true or not. Maybe, I'm not saying it is, but maybe the Dome of the Rock is going to be exploded. It's going to blow up. The Dome of the Rock will blow up because that's where the Jews have to rebuild the temple. That's just something to look for. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'm just saying, there's just so much going on at this time. But this is what's coming. Martial law is coming to the United States. The United States will probably be on lockdown. The whole country will be on lockdown. Army tanks all over the place. Army troops running the streets. This is what God revealed. He said the reason for this massive persecution, I don't like this persecution. If it comes, it comes. But if God showed it to David Wilkerson, then it's going to happen. See, the reason for this persecution is to separate the false from the true believers. So this is all I got to say. And just be ready to meet the Lord, because He's coming soon. And I just wanted to sound this warning, because this is what's coming. Bye, and God bless you all.